You know, in today's hospitality world, AI can do some amazing things. It can predict a guest's favorite drink before they even think to order it. But it could also know things about them that they've never told a single soul. That's the tightrope we're all walking now, the incredible promise and the very real peril of AI in our industry. So today, we're going to talk about how you, as a leader, can navigate this with ethics right at the forefront.
Hello, and welcome. My name is Host Name, and I'm a hotel AI expert with a lot of years in modern hospitality operations. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're going to dive into how artificial intelligence is completely reshaping the guest experience and, just as important, uncover the big ethical questions every single leader in hospitality needs to be asking themselves.
All right, to get started, I want us to really rethink what it means to be a hotel leader today. For just a minute, let's forget about managing rooms and staff. Because in the age of AI, the single most important thing you're in charge of is something you can't even see, but you can lose in an instant. And that's your guests' trust.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? You're not just a manager, you're a custodian of trust. Every little piece of data you collect on a guest, every recommendation your AI makes, it's a test of the trust that guest has placed in you. And this isn't some job you can just hand off to the IT department, okay? This is the absolute foundation of modern hospitality.
So this brings us to a really interesting challenge. We're calling it the personalization paradox. See, AI promises this incredible hyper-personalization that can create truly unforgettable guest experiences. But there is such a fine line between being helpful and just being intrusive. Let's take a look at what I mean.
This is a perfect example of that paradox. On the one hand, using data to remember a guest has a feather allergy and having hypoallergenic pillows waiting for them in their room, that is fantastic, proactive service that's being helpful. But what happens when the AI starts surfacing things the guest never told you? That's when you've crossed the line from helpful personalization into just plain intrusion. And that brings us to what we call the creepiness factor. It's that exact tipping point. It's where a guest goes from thinking, wow, that's so thoughtful, to suddenly thinking, wait a second, how on earth did they know that? Your job as a leader is to make sure your hotel stays firmly on the helpful side of that line, because the moment you cross it, trust is shattered.
So how do you actually do this? How do you navigate this tricky space? Well, the answer isn't to unplug the AI, not at all. The answer is to build a really strong ethical framework around it. Think of this framework as the guardrails that keep your technology on the right path, always focused on serving the guest.
This whole framework really rests on three core pillars. First up, be transparent. You have to tell people, in plain language, what data you're collecting and why you need it. Second, you have to get informed consent, and that doesn't mean burying it in page 47 of the terms and conditions. It means making sure guests genuinely understand how sharing their data is going to make their stay better. And third, compliance. Rules like GDPR, they aren't suggestions. They're the law, and they are absolutely non-negotiable.
And let's dig just a little bit deeper into that. Two ideas are super important here. The first is the right to be forgotten. This gives your guest the ultimate control. It's the power to just say, hey, delete everything you have on me, and you have to do it. The second idea is privacy by design. This means you're not just trying to bolt on security features at the end. No, you're building your entire system like a fortress right from day one. Security is part of its DNA. Okay, so when you put all of these pieces together, the principles, the compliance, all of it, what you get is a guiding philosophy. And this isn't just about ticking boxes on some corporate checklist. This is about defining the very soul of hospitality in a world that's driven by technology.
The vision here is actually pretty clear. We need to use technology for what it does best, so we can free up our people to do what they do best. Let the AI handle the robotic, repetitive stuff, processing payments, scanning passports. That frees up your human staff to do the things that are truly irreplaceable. The empathetic tasks, like offering a warm, genuine smile, or sensing that a weary traveler just needs a little bit of extra care and attention.
If there is one single thing you remember from our time today, please let it be this mantra. AI handles the data, but humans provide the hospitality. Technology should always, always be in service of that mission. It should never, ever try to replace it.
So as we wrap up, the real question for you isn't if you're going to use this technology in your career, because you will. The question is, how? How are you, as a future leader, going to use AI not just to be more efficient, but to genuinely enhance the human experience and dignity of every single guest that walks through your doors? That's the challenge, for sure. But it's also the incredible opportunity that awaits the next generation of hospitality leaders.